Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. How are you all today? Today we're doing something very exciting and very strange for some of you, I'm sure. We're going to be starting a Minecraft Beta 1.7.3 playthrough. If you haven't played Minecraft, then this is a bit of a strange thing to say, maybe, but I'm a bit of a weird nerd, and I like versions of this game from 10 years ago. So that's what we're going to be starting today. I threw this idea around a little bit lately, and 4 or 5, 10 people or something said they'd be interested. So that's enough for me to be excited. So yeah, let's just get started, and I'll have more of a chat as we go through here. Make a new world, and we'll call it Woolen's Lovely World. How about that? And the seed, if you do want to somehow play along for whatever reason and backseat and find out where all the secret gems are, the seed's going to be seed for Woolen's World. Smile. So let's generate that. This is a computer from the current year, so yeah, instant. Wasn't that quick when I played on a laptop, however many years ago, but that's how it do be. But anyway, yeah, hello. This is Minecraft Beta. If you haven't played Minecraft, like, I don't know, if you've only started playing it in recent years, this might look a little strange to you. There's a few things missing on the screen. Something's a little off. What could it be? Oh, well, this is what sort of I think a lot of internet nerds call, I don't know, they call it like the golden age or something of Minecraft. This was back when the game was simple. There's no running, there's no stamina regeneration, there's no levels, no end demon of Cthulhu lore. You punch a cow to death, you get his raw skin, peeled and plasticky, just for you. And there's some sort of beautiful, I don't know how to describe it. There's something very magical about this version of the game where it's very much just you in the world. There's no villages or abandoned minecarts or any of that stuff. It's sort of it's a bit. It really captures the feeling of this game best for me, where you are absolutely spawned into this completely empty, barren world, free to explore. And your only friends for company are the occasional wolf that you come across, or creeper, or grey sheep. Hello, nice to meet you. But yeah, if you're wondering why I've picked this particular version, it's because it's my favorite one, honestly. The next version after beta 1.7.3 is when they started implementing all the survival update stuff. And that's where I do have a fond memory of playing on a server at that time, but it's not for me. I don't want to play with any of that. And this version has the bestest of all terrain generation. And if you're wondering why I'm sort of looking away while I'm punching this tree, creepers in this version of the game are absolutely terrifying. They don't worry you anymore these days. If you're a grown adult, you don't think of anything of creepers. You think, whatever, just he's not going to do anything. He's going to do 1 damage to me, and I'm going to turn around and bap him in the nose. No. In this version, they actually creep up on you, and they one-shot you, and it's terrifying. And if you're like me, you will end up running about 500 meters away from the spawn area. 500. You'll end up running 5,000 meters away from the spawn area to somewhere new, and you'll have no idea where you dropped all your stuff, and it'll be really sad. So for now, I'm just going to be a bit of a wuss, and I'm going to be really anxious. There's some sort of, I don't know how to describe it, like the back of my monkey brain from from prehistoric time, that the bit that tells you that spiders are scary or snakes are scary, or the bit that makes cats jump when you throw a cucumber in front of them. Please don't do that, by the way. You listen out for footsteps in this. I don't know. Maybe it's just, sorry, Mr. Chick. Oh, fuck, I killed him. Yeah, this is, well, I guess I've decided this is not a particularly family-friendly playthrough. I apologize. I'm not usually a big sweary person, but this can get frightening, I'll be honest. And if I do get blown up, just watch out, all right? Hide your ears, all right? If you're watching this through with your nephew or your niece or whatever, and you're thinking, oh, damn, Uncle Woolen's here or whatever, and he's going to have a great fun playthrough for the whole family. No, just keep an eye out, all right? I might get a little naughty at some point, but we'll try to. I'll try my best. Okay. My favorite sort of content on YouTube is, really weird RuneScape playthroughs and old men playing old games. And if I'm not turning on YouTube one day to see Northern Lion playing The Binding of Isaac for the 500,000th time, I don't know what I'm doing. So that gives you an impression of how I'm going to treat this. Maybe you'll like it. And again, you're probably noticing that I'm not, or at least I'm not planning on heavily editing this. This is going to be more of a podcast sort of thing, where I've just sort of been playing by myself. This is the sort of playthrough I think I probably could have done in my own time, but I want to share it with everyone. I want at least one other person to get a bit of joy out of what I'm doing, rather than just me. And you're welcome to share in the ride, but you don't have to. If this isn't for you, if you want something a bit more high octane or, heavily edited or whatever, this isn't going to be that. This is just a cozy explore through the world with Woolen, which is me. Oh yeah, you might have noticed something. I'm actually playing slightly modded. If you've tried to run beta Minecraft at all in the last few years, you'll notice that some things just don't work anymore. For example, skins. You see I've got this lovely Link skin on. You have to install mods to get that working. And on top of that, I've got stuff like... I've got Optifine running, so hopefully the game won't crash, but it runs beautifully. And Optifine means that I can have all these beautiful details and depths and... Oh, shit. I've got an FOV slider and all that, which is not in beta. So if you do want to play this, I followed a tutorial. I'll post a link in the description, but it has a bunch of client-side mods that just fix some bugs with the game, make it crash less. I don't know if I installed it, but one of them, for example, makes it so the game doesn't crash when you right-click on a sheep. Did I mention that this game was called beta? It's called beta. You don't actually tend to run into bugs that often, but it's something to be aware of, I'd say. Hello there. One thing I do want to get started with is just it's getting like some sort of basic gear set up and like maybe a bed or something so I can skip the night, because the night's quite frightening in this. Sorry, Mr. Sheep. And I want to skip it, honestly. Nighttime in beta is absolutely terrifying. But yeah, this is another mod actually. I think in 1.5 or 1.7 they added shears, which you'll know today. They've been around forever. But pre-shears, you just used to punch sheep, so I guess I've left that on by accident. I was actually going to turn on shears, but honestly I don't care. I kind of like punching sheep. This version doesn't have breeding or anything, so you're sort of free to actually use the resources at your disposal. I don't know how I feel about breeding. Whenever I say it on a server, because I've played this a few times on stream, right? Like a few hundred hours of it. We've done a few playthroughs. We've done everything from modded to vanilla. We played some really early release version. Just trying to get a stack of sand, by the way. But we played an early release version on Technic, my favorite mod pack from back in the day. I think it's now called it's not called Technic. What's it called? I don't remember. That's going to annoy me a little bit though. They did change the name for multiplayer. Tekkit and Technic. I forget which was the one that is single player. But anyway, it's the one with like the Reds world gen where it has like volcanoes and stuff, or it has bloody pipes and oil and all that beautiful stuff, and alchemy. So if you get like 100,000 whatever, you can make a diamond out of it, and then you can tie that to a solar panel and generate. It's all cool stuff. Also, actually, before I keep going on that tangent, I'm sort of experimenting with settings for this. So if anything like the audio sounds a little high, let me know. I can adjust it for next time. I'm assuming that there might be a little loud for you to hear me. Maybe we'll adjust it to 40 there and annoy everyone who's listened before. That's perfectly fine. Anyway, let's also, before I forget what I'm doing, let's make a bed quickly, just so we can escape if we have to. Beautiful red bed. Yeah, there's a few weird things in this version, like... It's things that I get used to, and I forget that the new game doesn't have. So like in this, for example, you can change the equipment you're using while you're smacking something, which for the most part is completely useless. But there are a few scenarios where you want to break something. I don't know. This is stupid. It doesn't matter, but like maybe you're smacking a tree down and you don't actually want your axe to wear down. You can just switch to your fists at the last second and it doesn't degrade. A little cheaty, maybe, but the option's there and I like it. You can see the sheep just spawning. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, there's no breeding or animal husbandry or anything in this game. Stuff just spawns in. So if you see a sheep or a pig or a cow, you can just punch it and get the resource out of them instead of having to think, oh god, can't interact with that creature until I can fit 500,000 of them in a 1x1 square and then mass breed them in some horrifying lava pit. Like I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know. I feel like it gets rid of a lot of the survival aspect, and it also kind of freaks me out. This is fun. This is an issue that I remember this. Good lord, you have a look through the floor. This is nostalgic, by the way. Like, this is. I know this looks stupid. I know everyone's. You know, we're gonna look at this and think, oh god, what is wrong with you? This is something I used to see so much, and I kind of miss it. Could you fix it with F? Yeah. So in this, you can change fog with F, and that fixes like every problem. And sometimes the world just doesn't load properly, and you spam F 4 times, and it fixes it. And it's a beautiful thing. And if you're feeling a bit like you're in a creepypasta, you put the fog all the way down, and you'll go like, oh god. And there's a scary Herobrine poking out of the corner or something. It's good fun. What I'm doing here, by the way, while I'm just running around, we're going to look for a place to pop our first house. I don't know if it'll be where we live forever, but we're looking for it at least. I'm just trying to get as many of the sort of one-off resources as I can before I settle down. Because I'd like to just sort of get building and not have to worry about looking for a desert to find cacti or searching for pumpkins. This is really lucky, actually. I think pumpkins are quite rare in this, so quite happy to find them at this point. It's a nice sort of... It's a nice early game block for lighting until you get glowstone. I quite like them, honestly. Also, actually, briefly, I'm not running a texture pack right now, just for the nostalgia's sake. But I have downloaded a few as options. So just to quickly show them, I've got the 3 Doku crafts on, because those are the only good ones. Fight me. We got dark. This is how my game always looks. When I stream it, this is probably what you've seen, because this is the texture pack I always used to use. But maybe it's overused at this point. I've also got the other 2. So there's high, which I think is quite high fantasy. It's a bit much for me, though. I'd say if we were to choose a texture pack, I'd go with light, which is pretty standard and fluffy. And it also fits nicely with my sort of link loadout here. You have a look. I sort of fit in nicely. But I'm just going to go with no texture pack for now. Let me know what you think. I'm honestly not fussed if, you know, we get a couple people watching and you all prefer Doku Craft, or, you know, if we build something cool and you want to see how it looks in a texture pack, let me know. We'll switch over. But for now, I'm not gonna fuss with it. I should probably also find a oh yeah, hang on, that thought aside. I should find some iron before we go too far. I don't want to have to go digging for too much. I think one of the things I used to do back in the day was I always spend the first night underground. We do have the ability to make torches, so I'll just do that quickly. Oh god, you hear that? Like, it's probably a chicken, right? My brain's like, could be a creeper. You're not a creeper, are you? You're just a chicken. I'm not going to do that right now. I think caving's a time for later. Once we've got a bed set up and we can respawn, maybe we'll go with it. But for now, that kind of freaks me out. I just want to find maybe like a rainforest or something. So that's maybe the next topic. This game has some beautiful biomes. And I mentioned before that I think this version has the best terrain generation. I feel that in the 1.8 or whatever that came after this, and then all the release versions, they made it a bit too natural. They smoothed out the whole game. Basically, running like a straight line in the latest version of the game. You're running a straight line for like an hour, and everything kind of looks the same. You know, everything will be sort of the same elevation. Maybe you'll find like a mountain where everything's artificially massive, but for the most part, everything just looks kind of samey, and I'm not a big fan. In this, it's got some crazy gen. We'll hopefully come across some. That's the sort of place I want to live. You'll see mountains with enormous holes underneath, or like overhanging discs in the sky, and like stuff that feels sort of fantasy and exciting, you know. So makes your imagination go wild. You'll see like an enormous, some weird pillar shaped out of rock floating in the sky, and you'll think, yeah, that's for my supervillain base. By the way, we're maxing out the music for this playthrough. I'm not going to be playing anything in the background or jump cutting through any of the songs. I'll just be enjoying it when it comes on, isn't it? It's lovely, isn't it? You never get to listen to this when other people play. I feel like people always disable the music, or they do so many jump cuts that you can't actually listen to it. But I'm just going to enjoy it. As I said at the start, I'm just sort of treating this as a... Do something like that. Never mind blasting it. I'm just treating this as a sort of public-private playthrough, if you will. I'm doing this very much for me. You know, I've needed a bit of a break lately. I'm very tired, very busy. life's exhausting, and I just need, you know, I don't know how long we'll be playing this for. As long as I like, I think, and as long as you all like. But I just need a moment to just sit back and sort of enjoy myself, you know? There's no Twitch chat. I'm not streaming this. I'm not gonna worry about having to spend hours rewatching and editing it. I'm just gonna enjoy the music, the atmosphere. Terrified of creepers. Just sort of bathe in the nostalgia, and I'm hoping you'll enjoy it as well. But with that said, you know, maybe there'll be a few minutes here and there where I'm just not really chatting. I'll just be sort of, maybe I'll get in the mood, or I'll be enjoying the atmosphere of. Is the day progressing? I'll be enjoying the atmosphere of just the game, listening to the music. Maybe I'll be building like a little house or something and just getting on with it. Let me check something. It definitely should have been nighttime by now. I know somewhere in here there's a setting for nighttime, and I want to make sure I haven't accidentally turned that off. Day only. There you go, dude. Oh god, it's nighttime. Good lord. Oh god. Yeah, I thought something was weird after the it was weird, right? Daytime in this game's usually only a few minutes, right? It's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Something was off. There you go, it was Optifine's fault. This is a little trick. I don't remember if I got it quite right. But if we're lucky, we'll respawn perfectly alive. Nothing had time to spawn, just a skeleton or two. That's good. Whew, scary stuff. Yeah, this is like a pillar of safety. And you always want to do it in that sort of shape. So when you get out of bed, you respawn on a flat piece of land. Otherwise, I think you either spawn in the air or you spawn in the bed and then you die. So I've done this before. I've been around the block. It might be worth me cooking these pork chops while I'm at it, just as some backup food. Monsters in this game are quite scary. I'll chuck this pickaxe in a furnace or something and get through it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It'll be a zen little podcast. I think a lot of people maybe have been watching my content for a while, or you're brand new. But I tend to prefer making rather long form stuff. I don't make a lot of things that are like 5 minutes long, you know? Some of my like edited live commentaries are like an hour long, just to give you some perspective. Because I think the content you make sort of, it reflects the kind of stuff you like. As I said before, like I love watching just long, cozy things. I don't like the stuff that tries to constantly force your attention span. I find it like mentally exhausting. If every 5 seconds, you know, it's a next frame, or it's a new angle, or the guy's screaming at you to subscribe to his underpants channel or whatever. I like it when Northern Lion says, "Hey everybody," and then for the next hour and a half talks about the grocery shop or whatever, and then he kills fucking Blue Baby or whatever, and then it's the next video, and then there's 100,000 of those, and they're all titled "Let's Play Isaac Episode 1 to 500,000." I know I'm a bit weird in that sense, and I know it's not really the key to YouTube success. I know even NL's lately he's been playing up the thumbnail game. He's got his beautiful dad bod in the thumbnails and all that, but I guess I'm not too fussed about YouTube success. I have a full-time job, and I would be absolutely exhausted all day in and out if I had 2 jobs. I would not be able to do what I do, I think, if I focused entirely on Twitch, or I'd have to give up focusing on my main job. I'm not sure how some people do that. I know there's a lot of people that have their own job until their sort of Twitch kicks off, and then they start streaming. I don't know how you do that. Right now I'm sort of waking up, like 6:30 every day, going to work, coming home at like 6:30, I guess. Maybe I have like an hour or two to cook dinner, watch some TV with Christina. And then I stream for 2-3 hours and I go to sleep, and that's every day. Which, I mean, when you say it like that sounds quite tiring, right? Like I do, like 15-hour, not 15-hour work days, but I'm working most of the time. I don't have a lot of time off, and hopefully right now this is a bit of time off for me in a very strange way. I am recording this, and it will be up, but I've been making videos for like bloody God, 2014, 2013, 2014. It's been a while, so this I don't find too stressful. I quite enjoy just talking to myself. I think if I were playing this in my own time, truly, and not recording it, like just, you know, playing a game by myself without recording it, I'd probably go crazy. I'm too deep into it at this point. Like, I've been streaming daily for God knows how long. So it's really embedded in the back of my head that I need to talk constantly while I'm playing a video game. I don't know if that's healthy or not, but it's how I am. I guess I relax by talking nowadays, which is a strange skill, but I seem to have picked it up at some point. I remember back when I started doing commentaries, I guess all those years ago. Also, by the way, clay, super rare in this version. We want this. Brick is beautiful in this, but it's really hard to come by. And it's like the same color as sand, so it's really hard to see it under the water unless you cheat and turn on clear water. I'll just be storing it like this for now as well. But anyway, when I started playing, when I started making videos, I'd always have to like psych myself up. I'd find it like really stressful. I'd think, oh God, I gotta get my gamer face on. I've got to think. I've got to really get in the mood for it. And while I still do have to get in the mood for it, by the way, I'm definitely fixing the terrain. You're an absolute monster if you let this sort of thing sit. Got to fix that horrible flowing water. There we go. Boof. I didn't necessarily. I stressed about it a little bit, I suppose. I'd sort of have to psych myself up for a bit and then hit record and then just sit there for a second and think, oh God, how do I start? What do I say? What am I doing? But then, I guess over the years, you do it more and more and more and more. You get used to what you're doing, and then you fall into a bit of a rhythm. Your monkey brain develops patterns. Oh God. Good Lord, what's going on in there? Your monkey brain develops patterns, and it starts to enjoy what it's doing, and then eventually, what was once something that took practice comes naturally to you. And then if you go a bit too crazy, what was once natural becomes what you enjoy, which is, I guess, how hobbies turn into careers, turn into something that you're doing in your old age, right? Like, I still play video games. I've always played video games, but I've changed from crouching under a bunk bed playing on a GameCube to shoving a webcam on a green screen and sitting and chatting to a group of like pseudo strangers for a bit. Like, I say pseudo strangers because, you know, I don't get a lot of new viewers. There's normally the same people pop in. You know, they'll have been watching for like, you know, a couple years, 5, 6 years, 1 or 2, whatever. So I'll recognize everyone. But, you know, it is on the other end of a screen. You can see me. I can't really see you. So, you know, there's some sort of, I guess maybe some strangeness to it that some people might think. I do want to collect some gravel, by the way. It's really nice to have flint, but maybe not for now. We should pick up that sugar cane over there. I'd like to keep the wool as well. Maybe we'll just get rid of a pork chop. That's fine. Oh, yo, it's a 4 high. Is that 4 or 3? Maybe it's 3. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. No, it's a 4 high sugar cane. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Very briefly, in this version, sugar cane sort of just goes up like that. It sometimes I think it can even spawn as like 5 or maybe even 6 high. It's crazy. It's just like a quirk of the engine, I guess. It's quite cool. I wouldn't mind getting a quick stack of coal, actually. I'm sorry I'm not using this with an iron pick, but I think at the end of the day we'll all live. We'll be fine. I'm mostly just terrified of being killed by a creeper or something. Really, if I'm smart, you know what I do? Let's pretend to be smart for just a second. We're gonna do this. We're gonna build ourselves one of these. We're gonna pop that down. We're gonna cook this, and we're gonna cook that. Can we not do that in this version? Heck, what a stupid version. Who'd play this? Joking, but also partially true. I could swear you could cook wooden tools in this version. Maybe not. There's some mods I've got on that we're absolutely not in. Like, you see me holding down right-click here to do this. You could not do this in beta, but it's such a quality of life from the new versions that I chose to leave it in. I don't know if there's maybe some other stuff. There's probably like some control clicking shenanigans you can do, but just the hold to click stuff is pretty nice as is. So we just cook some of these pork chops while that's going on. Just like that. Yeah, there we go. Like, I'm not saying this is the definitive version of the game. It's just, it's the best for me. And there's compromises. Maybe it would be easier to explore across the world if you could sprint and jump everywhere. But then when you can sprint and jump everywhere, you're not terrified of creepers every 5 seconds spawning under the trees and blowing up without making a sound. You know, you're running through the entire world so quick, you never get a chance to look around at the world around you and really, really enjoy it. So I guess it's weird, right? This is quite a slow game, and maybe it makes me a bit of like an old man to some people, but I appreciate just the slower pace, maybe. I don't want to... I mean, I guess that actually pulls into what I said before, right? I'm not such a quick person. Some games I play, I like to go a bit mad in. Like if I'm playing like a Osu or whatever, you know, I'll go quick in that. But sometimes I just wanna sit back, you know. I guess that maybe goes back to my original point. Goodbye, dirt. Where... What the hell was I talking about? Yeah, I'm going to lose thread of what I'm talking about quite a lot here. I'm not... Obviously, probably, this is live. I'm not reading from a script. I'm just sort of talking to myself. Maybe you've got me on the main monitor, but I'm feeling like most people maybe have me off in the background while you're doing agility training in RuneScape or something. I don't know. Tell me. You know, if you are paying attention and you're not too busy. What are you doing right now? I'm kind of curious. YouTube analytics, you know, it can tell you how many people are watching and if they're from France and female or whatever, but they don't tell you what they're doing. That would be kind of creepy. They probably know. Like, Google definitely knows what you're doing. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just sort of curious. Like, when I watch YouTube, as you usually got something on in the background, right? Oh, God. I think I can spawn without being on the... You can only sleep at night. All right. Don't be stupid. Just do the pillar strat. And I will destroy the pillar because I don't like leaving them lying around the world. I kind of like everything being nice and cozy, something like that. Heck, hang on. How do you do this? There we go. I think you spawn. Wait, do you spawn at the head or the feet? I did it last time without thinking about it. Okay, you spawn at the head. I was right. Have a little look around. Stuff does spawn in like the brief seconds that it's nighttime. And I have no armor, so I probably should make some actually. Let's do that here just while I've got a second. That's why I killed all those cows. You're probably thinking, what a monster. Why would you kill cows in this game? Wait, have you got right click on? Oh, I do. I've got a mod. Nice. Well, we'll just do that. That frees up an inventory space. I know it's more efficient to use certain pieces over others, but who cares, right? This will be my next point, because I think this leads back to what I was going to say. I started playing RuneScape, like, I don't know, 2 years ago? Something like that, within the last 2 years, with Tomu. Tomu let me play, one of my friends. And I think at the start, I was saying I wasn't going to play it very long. It seemed very long and tedious to do anything, and like, you know, the quests are cool, the world is cool. You know, it's a game made by British developers, so there's a lot of good British humour in it and all that. I hope I'm walking in a new direction every time. I'm actually a little lost. Who'd have thought, right? Let me just take a second to get my bearings. I probably should have like opened up F3 and like picked a direction to go, right? Let's go positive Z. How about that? That'll be our new direction. We'll go positive Z. I'm sorry if I'm backtracking a little bit. I'm in my own little world right now. I know, you know, yeah, I probably should be building a big, like by now I should have made a big old mansion out of cobwebs and twigs, but I'm just vibing. I mean, I'm enjoying having a walk, because once you do find that place, this is cool. Once you do find that place to live, you're sort of there, right? And you don't want to be too hasty. You don't just want to start and then think, oh, good lord, what have I done? I should have gone somewhere new. It's the worst, right? Where like you found somewhere okay to live and you're happy enough with it, and then you go exploring looking for whatever, and you find somewhere just around the corner that's like way cooler. You're like, damn, I could have put my house there. That's what oh god, look at that. Nah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't want that to happen. That is dope. I don't want to live under there, because there's probably 500 creepers, but I do kind of want to just have a little peek, maybe. It's just like a little alcove. Oh, it's scary. So yeah, there's no gamma in this either. I always forget, because that's what you do in the new game, right? You shove up your brightness as high as possible so you can see. I'm not going to do that. There's probably a mod for it, but I kind of enjoy how like creepy this is. You know what I mean? Like it's actually pitch black, and stuff can spawn basically next to you. It's frightening. And that makes it kind of exciting, like you're playing a survival game. Stuff can spawn on top of you, actually. Okay, that's a little freaky. I kind of wish, you know what, why'd wish? I was going to say I kind of wish I had a shovel. Just make a shovel. Why are you being such a weirdo about it? Do that, and then make some, like, torches or something, whatever, and then pop those in there, and then keep that there, bam, bam, bam. Oh, here we go, yeah, with this, I think it doesn't matter what you break that with. There's probably a mod that fixes that. I'm not going to bother with it for now, but if you have any suggestions for mods, actually, do let me know. Like, if it's something that wouldn't... Like, I'm not looking for, like, anything that particularly changes the world, but if there's something you really want to see, let me know. Or if there's, like, oh, yeah, Woolen. You should oh, God, I'm terrified. If there's a version that lets you install a quality of life that you think might be helpful, let me know. I've already forgotten about the going positive Z thing. That's this direction, I think, right? Yeah, we're going positive Z in general. I think I said at the start I wanted to go on a rainforest tour, and then I started talking about biomes, and then I lost what I was thinking about. In this game, the biomes are, like, so diverse. And you have, like, I'm sure the new game has it still, but you have stuff like humidity. So you can see how the ground here is lovely and green. That's because it's like a high... I don't know if it tells you on F3. Probably not. Server chunk cache. Huh. It's, you know, this is mean it's a humid area. So areas link to new areas. If it's a wet area like this will link to another wet area, and it will slowly get drier, it will slowly get whatever. Whoa! Let's go. Sorry if that was loud. The first hit sound of the game, yeah. That made me smile. I opened up that test. You probably saw that test map before, right? I opened it up and just to test all my settings. And I heard this, and I actually just sat there and, like, smiled for like 10 seconds like an absolute idiot. I feel like I'm in my zone, you know? But yeah, anyway. This is like a sort of a wet... I don't know if this is necessarily a rainforest, but this is the sort of place I really like. Like the beautiful green. It's really pretty. Let's have a look over here, look, for example. You got all these lovely little ferns and grasses. And you got, like, this little river's popped up. What's in it? A few squid. Hello, Mr. Squid. He's having some problems. We'll let him be. Make sure we're running in the same direction. Oh, hello, sheep as well. I probably should be smacking them on my way to get as much wool as possible. I had some vague plans. Actually, look at this. Just before I talk about vague plans. I think we're starting to get somewhere slightly drier because the leaves are starting to sort of go a bit more orange. You see over there, those leaves aren't quite as green as these. You can sort of use the color of the ground and the leaves to pick where you want to go. If you really like one particular type of environment, like I quite like the rainforests, you look for where it's staying that color or where it's going even more vivid, and you go in that way. Well, anyway, I forgot what I was talking about now, so it's probably for the best. Oh, no, never mind, I remembered. I had some very vague plans for maybe a vague goal to take this in, because that's what I want to do with it. A vague goal. I don't want to set anything in stone and then disappoint, or make such a small goal that it's reached instantly and it's a bit sad, and you're like, oh, what do I do now? Well, you can see I've picked as my character, well, you can't really see, but I've picked Link as my skin, because obviously I have. I like Zelda. But I thought it might be cute if I find somewhere nice to live. Maybe we try and recreate some of the Zelda places in this. You know, spark a bit of creativity in the world. Do something new and fun. You know, we could... Once I've made my own little house, I've sort of got an idea in my head of how I want that to look, like a little cottage with little flowers and stuff. Once I've got some... Oh, like trees. Obviously, lots of trees around. Don't like it when you flatten out your base. It's sad. Have lots of trees. Maybe once we've got that done, we start building some stuff. Like we try and make like a little Kokiri village or something. We try and make Link's house. Or we try... Oh, iron. Try and make like a Hyrule castle or something. Just something to think about, maybe. Let's mark this as we've gone here, just so I don't redo it. Maybe we find something right around the... Oh, skeletons. I think that would be fun, right? It gives us a vague goal, and I'm not like trying to recreate all of Hyrule. That's a massive undertaking, and this is beta, right? You do have to use your imagination, which I kind of like, but you do. I think at some point stuff would start to look a bit too similar, and you'd say, well, hang on. How is this castle any different to the other one you did? And I'd say, well, it's not. It's kind of the same. So, you know, we won't be sticking to any particular geography, but maybe we'll try and remake some of the areas from it. Maybe that'll make someone smile. I don't know. That's the goal. Make someone smile. Right now that someone is me. But maybe if one other person smiles, that would make it twice as good. We'll have to see. But yeah, my goal for today, I suppose, because I mean, I have hours to play this right now. I don't have stream for a while. I get to work from home this week, in like a fortunate turn of events. So I've actually got time until stream starts for today. I can just sort of explore. I play for a bit. I sort of apologize in advance if this video ends up being 2 hours long or half an hour. It's already 36 something minutes. But I apologize in advance if this is way too long for most people to watch. But I don't feel like splitting it up. I'm not sure about the whole, you know, recording for an hour, splitting it into 6-10 minutes long things, as I mentioned earlier. I don't know if that would really fit the theme of what I'm doing here. Hello. Friendly wolves. This is where wolves spawn, so maybe we want to live here. You know, we are Twilight Princess Link, after all. Wolf Link. Yeah, I think I'll just be uploading it as a big blob. And I'll be playing it on occasion. And maybe sometimes there'll be a few too many VODs for you lot to watch. Then maybe I won't play it for like a little bit and you'll be like, ah, time to pick up. We'll see. Again, I'm just sort of treat it like a little comfy podcast. I think some people did say that was something they maybe wanted from me at some point, and this is a big bloody pumpkin patch. I have been on a few podcasts, but I've never had my own. I always treat my videos as such, but I've never done like a purely audio only thing, I think. Only as a guest. Like I've been on Critscast once, the TF2 podcast with Aggro, and I've been on some of Cerny's Blapcasts, and I think I was on another one. I don't remember who it was with. I absolutely no memory. But yeah, so I've done it, but it's not really the same thing, is it? Let's prepare to go. This I kind of like. It's nice, big and flat, and we got some trees up there. I don't know if I necessarily want to live on this flat bit, but it is cool. Let's just do this quickly. We'll have a think. I do want to find somewhere, because like, you know, right now we're in the middle of absolutely nowhere, right? It's frightening. If we die, I don't know when we're going to get our stuff back. Probably won't. You know, it's not like we've made much progress, but we would have to do all that again. We'd probably pick a completely different direction to go. Oh god, you can see inside your own head. I completely forgot about that. That's funny. Okay, still alive. So yeah, I mean, I guess I could be making a new bed every now and then, but I'm not going to do that. Until we find somewhere like to stay, or like a little respawn hut, all our stuff will be lost. It's a survival game, right? So I don't want that. I want to find at least somewhere to put a little house down and start putting stuff in chests and have a little bit of security. Oh, actually, here we go. I remembered a thread I was talking about earlier. Secretly, actually remembered this thread much earlier in the middle of talking about 2 other threads. But anyway, I was talking about RuneScape, right? How when we started playing, I was thinking this takes too long. I don't have the patience for this. I don't have the time for this. I sort of like kept playing it. And I think through it, I've learned to be a lot more patient. I see a goal that takes a very long time. And I used to think, damn, what's the point? That takes way too long. What a stupid thing to do. I don't know. Now I think I'm more happy to take things a bit slow. It doesn't even really matter what the payoff is, right? It doesn't have to be a massive, exciting reward for whatever, you know. How, you know, like woodcutting, right? In RuneScape, you don't do anything. You click on a tree, your character breaks the tree slowly, you get some logs, maybe, and you get a little bit of XP, and then you do that loop on loop for hours and hours. And when I first started doing it, I was just thinking, this is a bit weird, right? A bit snow. Stay away from that. I don't like snow areas too much. I find them a bit sad. Yeah, I do. You know, I was thinking it's a bit weird, but then you sort of get into like a bit of a mental rhythm of it. You know, you'll maybe be watching something on TV, or you'll be doing something else usually, and it's just sort of nice to have something slowly on the side going up. It sort of, I guess, it tricks your monkey brain to thinking you're doing something even if you're not, right? Stupid monkey brain and all that. You're thinking, oh yeah, I'm doing 2 things at once. I'm being hyper efficient. you're not doing anything, right? It's not any different to any other video game. Am I still going in a new way? Yeah, I am. But I guess there's that aspect. But also, it's. I think it's just nice to be on a bit of a slow crawl sometimes. You get a bit caught up in life with the speed of things. I said earlier I have quite long days. I'm sure some of you have much longer ones. You always hear horror stories. I wake up at 3 a.m. and I don't go to sleep until 3 a.m. That sort of thing. I'm fortunate I don't have that. I do have a fairly standard sort of desk job as a programmer. I don't have to lift up anything or help people move houses or something. That would be physically tiring, but it's mentally tiring, You spend all day solving coding problems and all that. It does get to you after a while. So it's nice just after a busy day, you're hectic. You're thinking, oh, it's lunch in a few hours. Oh, I've got to get home. It's nice just to sit back, isn't it? Just take a breath. Not have to rush. So I guess that's that. That's the wrap up on that thing. As I said, I had continued playing RuneScape. It was comfy that it's a mobile game as well as a desktop game. So in my long commutes, I have something to do. Again, I know you're not really doing anything, but it tricks me into thinking I'm doing something. You'll put on a podcast, you'll listen, you'll learn, you'll have some fun on a comedy or something. And while you're doing that, you'll be clicking on a RD Knight or something, getting your thieving up. And just that repetitive action makes you happier. And it can be hard to find stuff that makes you happy, can't it? Sometimes, you as I said, you get caught up. You're always chasing something, or there's always some distant goal that's worrying you, or you're thinking, oh, I need to do that now. What am I doing? I'm procrastinating. I'm gonna just pop this back. Sorry, tree. You'll be fine. I don't want more than a stack. It can be tough sometimes, and you never find it that you can just sit down and do nothing, because the moment you sit down and do nothing, you get a bit stressed out, right? You're like, oh, I should be productive right now. Why I can't? I haven't deserved sitting down. Chances are, if you feel like you need a break, right? Like if you're thirsty, you probably need water. Speaking of which. Stay hydrated and all that, but I think when you're mentally or physically exhausted, actually that's a good point. When you're physically exhausted, your body stops you from moving, right? If you've just walked back from the supermarket carrying a bunch of really heavy shopping bags or whatever, sorry cow, he's got a broken leg now. You've walked for like an hour, half an hour, or 20 minutes, or whatever, carrying some weights, essentially, in that delicious, delicious shopping. It's tiring, and your body forces you to sit down. You can't do anything, because you're tired. Maybe a better, more sensible example is like, if you go to the gym, you have to take break days, otherwise you'll exhaust yourself, and you'll have actually made no progress, because that's how the human body works. Like, your muscles regenerate on rest days, and that's when you get stronger. You're not stronger while you're doing exercise, you're stronger because of it, obviously. But it's the same, I think it's a bit harder for some people with mental exercise, right? You get very busy in modern life. There's a lot of flashing lights, there's a lot of notifications and calls, and you've got to keep track of 100 people and their problems, or 100 people and their things you need to congratulate them on, or plans you've made, or stuff to do. That's on top of just getting out of bloody bed. That can be hard, can't it? It's like the one time you can actually be cozy. You have to get out and do something. Adulthood, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice just to sit. I am a little worried, by the way. Speaking of it finding small bit of joy, I'm recording this as an MP4. So if my computer crashes, or OBS crashes, it'll be lost. But I think that's fine. I think I'm happy just knowing that I've recorded this, even if no one's ever watched it or no one gets to watch it. I'm happy knowing that I've just sat here and done it. It's something that I've wanted to do for a while. Excuse me, is it okay if I kill you quickly and take your flesh? I'm a little hurt. It'll only take a second. Thank you. You can get back to whatever it was you were doing. No worries. Yeah, just be nice, you know. I'm just enjoying myself. I'm running aimlessly. I've been doing this for 45 minutes now, and honestly, I haven't felt more relaxed in a while. Weird that, isn't it? Just sometimes, I guess you just need to take a break. And as I was saying, it can be tough when you're mentally exhausted to know when you're meant to take a break. You have to keep pushing because your body makes it harder for you to physically stop. Like, you know, maybe it'll give you a headache, or it'll make thinking a bit hard, but you push yourself, right? That's not good. You should take a break. Maybe this is a break for some of you. Maybe you've managed to think, oh god, a beta playthrough. What year is this? This is comfy. I'm going to sit down with a alcoholic or non-alcoholic drink of my choice. Maybe a hot chocolate. Maybe a hot chocolate spiked with Baileys. I don't know what you're doing, but maybe you're like, damn, I'm just going to take like an hour off today and just watch this and see what this weird English man talks about today. Or there's some horrible audio glitch in this entire video and it's rendered unusable, or it stops working. What is going on here? Sometimes you have to ask, right? Like, there's only a few types of trees in this game. Do you think this tree like half rendered and then something cut through it? Like, it's kind of crazy, right? I'm thinking somewhere around here, by the way. I don't know if this is necessarily the exact spot, but something like this I'd like. I mentioned quite a while ago now, I guess, but the new generation in the newer game is quite samey. This isn't samey. This is very unique. So that's why you keep walking. You don't just take, okay, this is fine for an answer because all the forests look the same. You think, yeah, okay, sure, it's a forest, but this one has a weird pyramid in it. What's going on? That's what I'm looking for. That's how I always like to start my playthroughs. I just want to search. And I want to search for something good. And then once I'm happy, I'll settle. Because, you know, at some point you do just have to settle, right? Otherwise you'll be walking forever. I can't imagine someone doing a playthrough where they spend maybe 10 years walking to something like the Far Lands, just talking. That would be kind of weird, right? This is kind of cool. I like these little natural waterfalls. I don't know when Notch decided to add those. Probably been in there from the beginning, but they always add such a cool procedural environment. This is kind of dope, actually, isn't it? It's not really quite what I was thinking, but it's... I could feel nostalgic about this. What do you think? Kind of nice. I don't know where I'd put my house. I'm going to have a little look over there. I know that probably seemed like a great place to, like, fade away or something. But I'm just gonna... You have to hold your belief for a second. I missed that. They like double click. You don't do that anymore, do you? They patched it, I think. At least I haven't heard it for a while. Let's look. I kind of like this. I said earlier that I find snowy areas a little sad. I don't know what it is, but like snowy areas in games have always made me feel really cold. Yeah, obviously it's a video game, right? Why do you feel cold? But I felt that in Skyrim as well as this. That's why I didn't actually beat it when I first played it in like 2011. November 11th, 2011. I didn't get it on release day, but I did buy it. It just took forever to ship because I got it on CD because my internet was too bad to download it. But then I had to download it anyway because Steam. Oof. I don't know. I always feel actually cold in cold areas. Maybe I get too immersed, but it sort of gets to me. I want somewhere warm and humid like this little forest. Something cozy. I don't see the point of finding somewhere that isn't. You know, if we're going to be here for a while. And considering how long I've just been walking and talking here, I think we will be here a little while. Maybe we'll find like a little hole in the wall and make like a cool vault door, or God knows, like a little... This is pretty. I kind of like this. This little thing here. This isn't quite where I wanted to put my home, though. I'm thinking either up a hill up there, like that, or down here in the lowlands. I kind of like the idea of being on like a knobbly floor, you know? I want to find something cool, though. I'm still waiting for that terrain. I suppose you're never guaranteed to get it, right? But I think if you keep walking, it's random enough in this game that you will eventually find something weird. Maybe... No, I didn't mention it, but we did stream a beta playthrough a little while ago. I was playing through the Yog box, which is like the Yogscast mod pack from beta. It had like Millionaire, the Villagers mod, and some other stuff in. like the I think it had like the ruby pickaxes and emerald pickaxes and stuff. Maybe I don't remember. Mo creatures at least. But we did play that, and I found a cool disc in the sky to put my house on, and it was a real pain in the ass to get to, but it looked cool. I love this. I want to live here. I think I found something. It's got some lowlands. It's got some highlands. It's got a glitchy little sheep. I have to make sure I'm not building in the clouds because there is a height limit in this. That is something that they've done well in the new games. They've removed, or they've at least raised the height limit so you can build as high as you like. You know, within reason. It's like 500 blocks or something stupid, isn't it? I'm not sure actually. What level are we at now? 128 might be the max. Maybe they raised it to 256. This is cool. There's a little pig up there. I'm a little worried for his sake. Hope you're okay. This is when you get knocked off by a creeper, by the way. You might be thinking, I'm in, nearly full armor. I'm probably fine. No, he'll blow up and knock you off the cliff. He'll spawn like there and then hop up slowly, menacingly. Hello, little sheeps. I kind of like this. Maybe I don't know if I want to live in there. Is there like a little? There's like a little pool there. Maybe I could see myself in here with my little cottage, or over here on this little hill. It's next to the ocean. I kind of like that. You know, you pop like a little house on there. You have like a little road coming through here. Maybe build like a little mine somewhere around here or something. And then over there you got that little terrain. I kind of like this, okay? Maybe we'll sit here for now. Again, you know, maybe one day we'll decide we've had enough with this area and we want to move somewhere fresh. We'll pick up, we'll grab all our stuff and we'll go. Or maybe we'll make like we'll go searching with an empty inventory. Look for somewhere fresh and then lay down a big minecart track on the way back. We can sort of link everything up. Like, it's not multiplayer, but I don't know, I'm from an age where multiplayer games were not as common as single player games. I don't know if that's a weird thing or if it's even a correct thing to say. But the internet, right? When I was very small, it existed. I'm not that old. I'm in my 20s. But, you know, you're not going to sit on the GameCube or the N64 and go on the internet. You're not going to... Like, the Wii, maybe you could have played Brawl online. I don't know how good that was, but I didn't. It wasn't really until Team Fortress that I started playing multiplayer games, so maybe it was just me. We had very bad internet. So, I don't know. I spent the, I guess, early formative parts of my life just playing video games by myself. Maybe that, I don't know if that shaped me at all or if that's really not affected anything. It's hard to say, right? Is it because I lived in the middle of nowhere that I got very good at enjoying life by myself, or you know, or the other way around? No, that's not right. I don't think I lived in the middle of nowhere because I was good at playing by myself. That can't be quite right. I like this. There's little wolves nearby, and if wolves don't spawn in every area, they only spawn in some places. I like this. I'm looking through here. I press F1. I could find myself being here. The music's playing. Like, come on, right? How could that not be it? You don't go searching for an hour for somewhere, hear the music come on, and then not immediately pick that. That's cool. Little donger coming off the side there. I can't call it Penis Hill, can I? That would offend people. I'll call it Dong Mountain instead. Dong Mountain to the south, or I'm not sure what direction that is. I'm gonna find here. We're gonna find a spot, and we're gonna start. I'm gonna find a little place. I'm just gonna pop a little shed up, a little work shed, and we'll work out what to do from there. Let's just quickly do that now, just in case people are worried. Do some crafting. Here we go. Get a table down. Bonk. And just get a couple chests down as well. Ah, beta chests. It's a full block. I love this. I actually don't like the 3D models that much. I like that you could like sort of pop these in the floor and you can walk over them, or I don't know. I like this more. It's a weird thing perhaps, but whatever, right? I'm me. There's nothing quite like doing that for the first time, is there? Whatever. Let's make a little shed surrounding this. Nothing fancy. How about we use some of this wood that we've made? We'll make this the back wall here. And we'll make it 3 high is the minimum, 4 high is the comfy, but because this is like a work shed, I'll keep it at 3 for the roof. So 4 high like this. We'll keep it 3 high just for now, because it is a little work shed. Maybe the door will be here, and we can maybe do a little bit of what's the word? Not geofencing. That's not quite right. A little bit of bloody destroying the planet to make it look nicer. You know what I mean. So how about we just do something like this? We have a little something like that. And what we're thinking, a square comes out to here. 3. About this. Something like that. Nothing fancy. Maybe I'll even extend it out a little bit here. We'll have like a little... Oh, I haven't made it a 1x1. Oh, we have a double front door. It's our own little world. Why not? Something like that. Kind of cute. And actually what I should be doing is baking all this bloody sand. I don't want actual sand, I want glass. That's the first thing you want to do usually, isn't it? And now really what you want to do, I've learned this in new Minecraft, right? You always want to do that, right? You want there to be like a depth between what you're doing. I haven't really given myself enough space here for that. But maybe I can have it on the outside like this. Kind of like that. And then we'll have like a little glass panes in the middle. Something like that. I'm going to use full glass blocks. This version obviously doesn't have the window panes that they added in the newer one. I do kind of like window panes. I think that was a good thing. But we're going with it. I'm liking what I'm doing. Let's go with this. We'll cut out window holes in a second. I just want to have somewhere to put my bed where I'm not going to be frightened of dying in 3 seconds. I'm just going to put a lot of this stuff in here. We could even have like a little pumpkin lantern. I'm not sure where it would go, but we could do this. We'll have like a nice big strip out the back to look out from. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do the roof quite yet. Something like that maybe? It's a little tough sometimes to do... Actually, I said I was going to make the roof small. I'm not, am I? I'm going to do something like that. Get my dirt out. I've got a little bit, haven't I? Actually, quickly, let's just pop a bed down. It's unlikely, if we die to something, it's not always going to be a creeper, right? So it doesn't really matter where, I'll just put it here for now, whatever. But that should have sent my spawn, if I remember how it works. We'll just quickly pop down some doors as well. I'm a bit of a scaredy cat. Here we go. Pop down some doors. Bit safer. How do I want the doors to face? Do we want it like this? And then from the outside there's a bit of depth? Kind of like that. Obviously you could have it flat from the outside. But we're going for a little bit of the depth, so I think this is fine as well. Just pop in some glass. Something lovely about the full thick glass, actually. Let's move everything back a little bit now that we have decided we're going to do this. Good thing we don't have too many items. Name of another mod. We can actually just do that quite easily. What I could also do is pop this in the ground underneath as like a flooring, but I'm not going to do that for now. I'm going to give up on a little bit of coal just to push this back a bit further. Because I'm not going to wait like all that time for that to come out. I'll just do this. Coal in this game, despite what you may think, is not a finite resource. You have as much of it as you want. Speaking of finite resource, I'm not going to make my full roof just now because I'm frightened of spiders killing me in the morning. So I'm just going to... Actually, maybe this is how my roof will look. We'll just let it design itself. I want to actually get some lights up before I frighten myself. What am I thinking? Something like that. It needs to be well lit for it to be friendly, right? Something like this actually looks kind of nice. Really, we're only in danger of spiders right now. And we do have a... It's not a very good sword, but we do have a sword. So maybe I shouldn't be too worried. How am I going to connect the front here? We could either have another row of logs here. Not sure how that'll look. Alternatively, we raise this by a log. I'm not sure how that'll look. How about... I guess I could have put a pillar somewhere slightly differently. Yeah. No. You know what I'll do? I'm going to have a row of logs like this. This is fine. That looks okay. I'm not sure entirely. Maybe there's something we could do with the doorway here to make it look a little nicer, but I'm not fussed for now. Again, a little frightened of being killed, so let's just do this quickly. Nothing too fancy. Something like that. Might redo this in the morning, but I am going to be happy with this, I think, for now. Here we go. I think they increased your reach distance in the newer game. That is also something I like. Like, I'm not saying I dislike new Minecraft. It's just not the same game to me. And it's not like difficulty was ever the point of this thing. But they did make it a lot easier. Oh, actually, I kind of like what I've done there. I've made like this little round boy like that. Maybe just making these actual wood is fine. It doesn't have to be logs. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, that looks a little better actually. I kind of like that. I don't feel like too trapped. Like sometimes when you build a building, you've made the roof too small and it's a little sad. I don't feel that way here. And we've actually, incidentally, we've got a little bit of this. We can only make 10 red blocks. I should have been picking up a lot more flowers. I always quite like making my floor like out of wool. It's quite fun. I don't know if this is quite right, but I'm a little worried about something killing me through the wall. I have a fear of that. I feel like it's happened before. The first time you wake up, you're always safe. Oh, fuck! No, I knew it. Cunt. Get out of here. Oh, there's always something so scary about your first time, right? Your first time sleeping in the new place. Oh, God. I'm, like, awake now. Sorry if anyone was asleep. I don't know if they can get me through there either. Yeah, right? But you know what I mean. Just do this for a second. The first time you wake up, you feel a lot safer, but until that, you feel much more worried. Like, what's he thinking, that little creeper? I could just work through the night. Like, I could make the floor out of wood, but then we'd be in, like, a wooden tomb. Oh, actually, we could make our wood out of cobble. I don't have enough of it, but I do like the, like, cobble and wood aesthetic. Something like that. Oh, God. Now I'm frightened. Like, it's a survival, right? Like, I've already got my stuff. I've got my little house now. I guess we could do cobble around the edge. Something like that. I kind of like that. I don't know. I don't know what I'd put in the middle. I guess we could use double up stone slabs. Like, if you get stone going up like that. That's how you do it in this. Do you think I could try again? I'm really worried about a creeper spawning on me. Let's give it another go. Hopefully it's not a creeper that blows up. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Where are you spawning? I must be forgetting something about the way stuff spawns in this, because this is a lot of torches, right? What am I forgetting? Is it if there's a monster that can spawn within a few blocks of the bed, like stuff outside maybe counts? So I think these are a little unnecessary. Good thing that it's just been a skeleton that's spawning. I am terrified, though. Have a little look out the windows. Look at those boys. He's a friendly little piggy. But then you look out the other sides and you think, oh, he's coming around the corner. What could it be? You don't get this feeling in the new game. I know I keep... like, half of this video, right, has been me saying... like, comparing this version to the older version. But sort of what are you expecting, right? That is what you talk about, really. Is this really not such a safe place to put my bed? Is it because something can spawn within 4 blocks, maybe? If I were to put lights on the outside, I'd be safer. Then got this cooked food. I'm a little worried about a creeper. But I'm brave. I'm a big boy, I think. If I walk away and go really far away and then come back and start placing down light sources, maybe we'll be okay. Making a lot of nice glass. Glass is beautiful in this. Make a few more torches. That's not right. Make a few torches. We've set our spawn at least. Hello. Oh, hello there. We've set our spawn at least, so if we die, it's not the end of the world. We can put like everything in here except for what we need, which is a bunch of torches and some food. So let's just do this. We'll go out. Hopefully the bed doesn't get blown up. We're ready to risk it. I don't know. I kind of want to wait for daytime. Actually, maybe we could make a skylight. What do you think? I know it doesn't really fit with the wooden shack aesthetic that we've got here. Here we go. This is how I always do my numbering, by the way. I think I used to center them, but these days I do it on 1, 2, 3, 4, because then it lets me quick select stuff. Doing it like this so a spider can't fall through the roof on us. Kind of nice to have a skylight, don't you think? A little bit of daylight coming through. There's something nice about it. We might have to redo the border out there in a minute, but that's okay. Lets us vaguely tell what time of day it is. It's still nighttime. Okay. Alright, enough dawdling. Let's go. Oh, come on in, Mr. Pig. You know what we should actually do? I'm not delaying, I promise you. Let's pop down some of these things. This is how you do it. Oh wait, hang on. I know they're broken in this version, I forgot. You have to link them together with redstone, which we can do. And I'll do it at another point. I forgot how you fix it. Let's go. Who's here? Who's here? He's a spider. It's just a spider. That's not so bad. I might move these torches tomorrow. Because they're not really where I think I want them. But... let's go. Oh god. Yeah, you idiot. You can't shoot from a block above you. Stinker. We'll just light up some of the woods nearby. It's not usually something I do, but I guess if I'm not allowed to sleep, I probably should, right? I don't want to put them on the floor, because I think that's kind of ugly, but I'll put them on trees. Who are you? You're a sheep. This tree here is kind of cool. It is blocking the light a little bit. Alright, that should be... There's a creeper, there's a zombie. Zombies aren't so bad. Really, it's skeletons and creepers that you gotta worry for. Zombies, you just spam click. That's a creeper. He's fine. He's not gonna do anything. I just don't want him to make a hole as well. Like, the land here is kind of pretty, right? I don't want to put them on the floor. I guess I'll plant some trees soon. That's one of the issues with having trees. Like, as nice as they are, stuff does spawn under them, right? Like, it's an issue. I don't normally like shoving torches everywhere like this, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Excuse me, sir. Get out of here. It's becoming daylight. This was all a scary exercise of just frightening me. I really don't want to die though. Oh god. I thought he spawned up above the house. I guess they could. They could spawn on top, right? Hello, sir. Just not really interested in what you're selling today, if that's okay. I'm worried if I sit in the corner, he'll start blowing up. Like if I poke, I could pixel out. Can we try and rest, maybe? Oh god, hold your fingers. Hold your fingers. Hold your fingers. It's scary. It shouldn't be, right? Like, I'm a grown man. I probably have like 1,000, 2,000 hours in this, but there's something about it. I don't know. This is something maybe I'm just weird about. Whatever. Cool. Well, let's carry this creeper. Run away from the house. Over here. Oh, an egg. It's 3-shot, right? Ah, fuck, he blew up the ground. I knew it was going to happen. That's fine. First of many, I'm sure. And luckily, I've come out of it okay. And it doesn't look too bad, actually. It's the worst when it's like an actual creeper hole. Something like this isn't so bad. We can just do that, maybe. That'll grow over. This here, I don't know about. God, I'm becoming paranoid. Well, anyway. We'll pretty this up. I made this in a bit of a rush. I kind of hate it now I'm looking at it. There's definitely a better way to do this. But, you know, that's life, right? You build and improve. You should never try and make a perfect thing the first time because you'll never actually get it done because you'll be constantly trying to min-max it. I like this light thing. There's probably something we can do with that. Something to build into the work shed aesthetic. Like, you know, having maybe some logs like that across as rafters and sort of defining the shape outside a little bit more. Might be worth it. But anyway, I think that's a good place to end the first episode. What do you think? I'm in a really good mood actually. This has brightened me up, and hopefully it's brightened some of you up as well. Yeah. So if you enjoyed it, let me know. If you want to see more, let me know as well. I will be making more, sort of regardless. As long as one person's having fun, I'll make more, and I count as one person. So there you go. But yeah. For now, thank you for watching. Guys over at Dong Mountain, say goodbye. I'll see you all next time. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.